You didn't buy a sports bike, you didn't blow your savings on an expensive trip, and yet somehow your bank balance always keeps shrinking. You are careful, you are trying, but every month feels like a leak you cannot plug. No major mistakes, just 1,000 tiny ones. Research in behavioral finance shows it's not how much you earn, it's what you repeat every day that either makes you rich or broke. And today, we are breaking down 7 quiet daily habits draining your wealth and also discuss exactly what to do instead. Let me tell you the truth. You are not reckless with money. You are just drained by the time it matters the most. In the morning, you are sharp. You skip the 400 rupees latte, scroll past the online food delivery ad, bat a blind eye towards 50% discount on exclusive wear. Using all your self-control, you stick to your budget. But by evening, you are ordering food you didn't plan, adding things to your shopping cart you didn't need, and lastly, you are falsely promising yourself to be better tomorrow. Why? Because self-control is like a phone battery. Every decision you make, from replying to messages to choosing what to wear, slowly drains it. Psychologist Dr. Baumeister calls this ego depletion. The idea that self-control is finite and once it runs low, your brain defaults to easy, short-term choices. Studies show even small tasks like resisting snacks or forcing yourself to smile at work can wear down your limited self-control. By night, you're more likely to say yes to instant pleasure and no to long-term goals. This isn't just a theory. Baumeister's research challenged everything we thought about discipline. But how did Baumeister discover all this? It all started with one surprising experiment he conducted with cookies and radishes. Back in 1998, psychologist Dr. Baumeister wanted to answer one question. Does willpower run out like fuel? To test his theory, Dr. Baumeister created a now famous experiment called Cookie Radish Experiment, where it took place in a room that smelled like a freshly baked cookies. Participants walked in hungry because they had been told to fast for 3 hours. On the table were 2 bowls, one with warm chocolate chip cookies and the other with plain raw radishes. Then came the twist. Some participants were told they could eat the cookies. Others, they had to eat the radishes and resist the cookies right in front of them. Whereas the researchers watched silently behind a one-way mirror. Sure enough, the radish group struggled. They sniffed the cookies, glanced at them longingly, but they didn't cheat. 15 minutes later, everyone was asked to solve a puzzle. But here's what they didn't know. That puzzle was unsolvable. Dr. Baumeister was measuring how long each group would persist before giving up. And what he found was shocking. The group that had resisted the cookies and had radishes gave up much faster. On average, they lasted just 8 minutes compared to nearly 20 minutes for the cookie eating group. His conclusion? Dr. Baumeister concluded that self-control is a limited resource. The more you use it, the more it depletes. And once it's gone, your ability to make smart choices vanishes with it. So, what are we doing on a day-to-day basis that is draining our battery of self-control and leaking our savings into food delivery and shopping apps? Let's now decipher the 7 silent habits draining your battery of self-control and how to swap them for rich building behaviors. Not planning your day eventually leads to mental chaos. You wake up, grab your phone, and before you know it, the day runs out. Dr. Baumeister research shows decision fatigue peaks without structure, and when your brain is tired, it defaults to what feels good, not what builds wealth. Start your day with 3-minute money reset. List 3 simple financial intentions like no food delivery app today, review yesterday's spending, and transfer 500 rupees for your savings account. This primes your brain before ego depletion kicks in. Checking your bank balance mindlessly. You open your bank app and panic. As James Clear writes in his book Atomic Habits, what you track improves, what you ignore multiplies. Add intention. Every time you check your bank balance, ask yourself, does this number reflect who I want to become financially? That 10-second pause rewires your identity, not just your spending. Mindless scrolling leading to impulse triggers. You scroll through Instagram and suddenly feel poor. Ego depletion spikes with digital overload. The more mental energy you spend on irrelevant content, the less you have to resist impulse buys. Use temptation bundling. Only allow social scrolling during a chore like cooking or cleaning. Outside that window, switch your phone to grayscale or focus mode. Not doing the budget because it feels hard. Your money leaks, but you don't know where. Richard Thaler's mental accounting theory shows we treat money emotionally. 200 rupees on a random food app feels harmless. 2000 in a savings feels painful. Use the 3-jar method. Spend, save, invest. Label your jars like people you care about. Future me deserves a name too. Saying to yourself, I deserve this after a stressful day. The mental pattern of having a bad day and saying, I earned it, leads to another expensive purchase. It is best explained by Dr. George Levinstein's hot-cold empathy gap, which states that your emotional brain hijacks your logic under stress. Insert a 10-minute pause and a question. Would future me thank me for this? This small friction cools the emotional heat and brings logic back into the room. Not scheduling breaks, leading to decision fatigue crash. You try to power through the day, but your brain crashes. Baumeister's findings show rest, not more grit, restores willpower. Follow the 90-20 rule. Work 90 minutes, break 20. Take a walk, sip a fruit juice, or laugh a little. Especially before money decisions, this mini recharge can prevent expensive mistakes. Saying to yourself, I will start saving tomorrow, every day. You delay action and delay wealth. James Clear teaches every action is a vote for the future identity you want. Shift the story. Don't say I want to save. Say to yourself, I'm that kind of a person who respects money by saving daily. That's not a goal, that's a shift in identity. And when your identity changes, your bank balance follows. Why these swaps work? Because these aren't just hacks, they are willpower shields. They automate discipline so that ego depletion doesn't financially sabotage you. As the research shows, you don't need more self-control, you need better automated systems. The rich, they don't just have more money, they have fewer money-wasting decisions to make. Let's do a quick mental reset. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Picture yourself 5 years from now. You're not perfect, but you're peaceful. You no longer crash after every long day and make money decisions you regret. You have built guardrails, habits that protect you when your willpower is low. That version of you, they are not superhuman, they just got tired of depending on motivation and started building systems instead. Through time, they are whispering back to you right now. You don't rise to the level of your willpower, you fall to the strength of your habits. And every small change you make today is why I exist. You don't need more motivation, you need less decision fatigue. Wealth doesn't begin with a bank balance. It begins with recovery, with awareness, and with repeatable systems. So here's your first system. Choose one habit from today's list, write it down, name the time, set the trigger. And you're serious about rewiring your money life, not just watching others do it.